Hi, I'm Jill Cab with Plant Life Journey, Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking and Wellness Retreats. And today I just want to give you an update on how my life is after my son passed away in May. This is my oldest son. He was 30. He just turned, well, he was going to be 31. Anyway, I'm doing really well. It's obviously not fun to lose a child or, to have anyone that we love and care for pass away. And grieving is hard. I have been grieving for a long time in a way because my son's life it has been a struggle. So I just want to share some things with you because if you are a parent or if you know someone who has an adult child with addiction issues as mine did, and mental health issues also, then I want to reach out to you because it's hard and I understand it's hard, and I want to be a resource if possible for people. My son passed away from an overdose. There was that fentanyl in there, I guess, cocaine and caffeine and some mental health also medications in his system. But I am grateful to know that he, how he passed, when he passed, and these things, because there had been times in the history of his life where I didn't know where he was. He had been homeless at times. He had lived in institutions at times. He had been to various rehabs, tried living with family and friends. So there were hospitalizations. There was a lot there that I have been dealing with for a long time. And what's helped me a lot, some things that have helped me a lot, has been a Families Anonymous group that I went to for many years in Park Ridge, Illinois. So that's a Monday night group, but I think you could find Families Anonymous groups online, maybe. They're similar to Al-Anon, but just the support. And if you don't get support from a group like that, cultivating and keeping my friendships with other women who would listen to me. And over the years, I've met other people, other parents with these same issues, and I've really connected. So I definitely used the phone a lot to call people and just share when I was struggling. It's helped me to be more vocal about these issues and not come from an embarrassment standpoint, because I have learned that no matter what, there are those of us out there have dealt with this from all different sorts of backgrounds and socioeconomic backgrounds and whatever. It's just like it's drug addiction and addiction combined with just mental illness, not feeling well internally and whatever. I don't even know if I like all that and those terminology things. But I have dealt with food addiction, so I understand some of the dark places that addiction can take one. I mean, I have felt that, and I know that. And that's hard to get out of. I would just even pray that my son would just be like, having this addiction be the main issue and the only issue, because I don't think it was. It was more than that. And it was something that was very, very hard to navigate for both of us, but especially the family. And I encourage family members to, get help, because we live it too. We live through a lot of the hard times when they're struggling or, things aren't stable. There were a lot of years that were stable, as far as stable could be. And I would go visit and we would have nice days out and I would take him out. I really appreciated that he had some places, but he could not follow the rules. I will tell you, He could not follow the rules. And that was one of the worst problems that he had, and that forced him to continually be at risk for being homeless. There are so many confusing issues to all of this. I can say that I will maybe never understand it. I will never have the answers I want. I may never have the answers, okay? And I just try to move on. When it comes into my mind, like, how, why, what if, all these things, it's just a waste of my time. I've done the best I could do along the way, and I think he did the best he could do along the way also. And it just, we couldn't find our point to get better. So I just wanted to say that I am doing well, and I think partly this is due to a long, many years of struggle that this death in my case was not something that was completely out of the blue, I guess. It would be something that, they always say when you're, it's just, he was living a very high risk lifestyle, and we both knew that. But he just had been released from a mental health hospital, and he was there for 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks. And that's the sad part, is that there's not a good system in place to help people like my son. There's just not. I think there needs to be like a sober island where you can't escape because he would escape. He would escape if he had any way to escape. He was not going to be tied down or locked up and not get what he wanted to get. That's just how it was, kind of thing. But at the end there, he was so unwell, and I do feel some, I don't want to say anger. I don't blame the hospital exactly or anything like that. I know there are good people there who wanted to help him, and there have been good people along the way who wanted to help him in the medical and the rehabilitation industry and the mental health sector and all this. But they don't keep them long enough. They're not doing it. I don't know what to tell you. I could see it over and over again. It wasn't, I looked for help in so many places along these years, so many places. And so our family tried so hard. It's just, could it be a spiritual war going on? And could my son have not been really listening to, got the devil on one shoulder and your angel on your other shoulder? Who are you listening to? And I always pictured my son having a good old time laughing over here. The devil could be fun. There's a lot of lies that are told over here. I'm just saying, I don't know what's going on, and I'm not going to have all the answers, but I have had to build my faith, and I wanted to, and I've been grateful for building my faith through all of this, and needing the God of my understanding to help me and continue to help me. And I hope to be there for other people in the future, as people have been there for me. Some of that help has come from me opening my mouth. So just trust that people aren't going to judge you. Doors can open when you are just honest and vulnerable about your problems, whatever they are. And that's been my experience. And some people might judge you, but who cares? It doesn't matter. The people that are going to help will show up. And then I've been in awe and amazement over the things that have happened over all these years, with good things that have happened and good people. did I say that I knew where my son was when he died and stuff? And I just, yeah, I was glad that he's not just disappeared and that I had to wonder, especially for the holidays. I feel so bad for parents who don't know where their children are. That seemed like the worst. You know, your imagination can just go crazy. I am more peaceful, and I know that how things had gotten with my son, I feel he is more peaceful. I feel it. So I just wanted to update everybody or anybody who's watching this, and just and say that my passion to take care of myself is still intact. I have a passion to try to be as well as I can be, responsible for my own wellness. I want to continue to eat well and, get sleep and hydration and nutrition and exercise and movement and connections with other people and laughter and everything that can help me just enjoy the gift of this life that I have. And everyone who's living has that gift. And I don't want to take it for granted or squander it, or I feel like the addiction when I was in the food addiction, it did sort of take over parts of my life, and it did come as a higher priority, would be the addiction. I could see that, it's easier to in retrospect. So prayer, community, meetings, if you have a fellowship that you can be part of, that really has helped me. And I'm just going to continue to do my best with the help of the God of my understanding. So I just wanted to say all that. I'm getting more back into my yoga habit after having problems with like frozen shoulder that took me away from yoga for a while. I'm back into making smoothies for Greg and I in the mornings, and I had gotten away from that for a while. So it's always something to consider. What are those healthy habits that you want to cultivate? So anyway, much love to y'all, and see you another time. God bless.